Grand Rising family is Shay Seeking, and this is going to be part 2 to the whole little thing about the sea, okay? Because remember I told y'all when we looked at the Old English, when we looked at this term and it says Old English, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, but it's saying sea, I guess, okay, just spelled differently. And it says the sheet of water. I told you, let's pay attention to that term sheet, because we're going to go ahead and look at that too real quick. Okay. So it says Old English sheet. Okay. I was thinking chic or, I think that's a term that they use for somebody, of some status in one of these lands. Okay. So West Saxon, even it's saying sheet. But again, I was thinking of another term there. Mercian. I do apologize for all the yawning, y'all. But y'all know how it is, how I get when it's late. And it's 2:24, and again, I need to go to bed. Okay? Or it's just going to ruin my whole week, really. But it's okay. Okay? So, it says a cloth covering towel. Okay? Shroud or shroud. Okay? Let's see, from Proto-Germanic. We're not even going to deal with those. Okay, so project. Let's see. Seam, hem of a garment. A Dutch sheet or shoot. German, whatever that is. Skull, okay, I don't know. Bosom, okay. So we hear a lot about bosom in the biblical text. Again, I'm just telling you to keep this in mind when you read these things sometimes, okay? So lap, from pie root, skewed, I don't know what the hell that means, to shoot. But what we're talking about is this part. To shoot, chase, and throw. Let's just look at this term real quick. To shoot, to chase, to throw. Scot-free. Scout. Okay. Now listen to that. Because scouts were used, even if they looked like certain people or groups, they were used in order to use indigenous people against original peoples. Okay. That they possibly sprung from. Okay. So to reject, again, to with scorn. Sheet, cloth covering, sheet, rope. Listen to these terms that's being used here now. Okay. Rope that controls the sail. Okay. Now, I know that just says sail, but I'm just thinking of like sail, to sell, like purchase, buy, and like that. A slave. A rope that controls a sail. Just saying. Shoot, shot, shoot, shuttle, skeet, wainscot or wainscot. It is the hypothetical source of evidence for its existence. It's provided by Sanskrit. Hasten. Okay. Or could we say chasten? I don't know, maybe. Make haste. Old Church Slavic or Slavnik. Okay. To throw out. Again. Quick, nimble. To hurl missiles. To shoot with a weapon. Again, this is kind of things that they was doing to your ancestors when they was trying to get them out of their homes. Okay. Or the fact that they don't tell you that most of the people that were lynched in those times were homeowners and business owners that were standing their ground in their original land against these people. And this is what ended up happening to them because of it. Okay. So let's see. I think I might have. Okay. Sense of a piece of paper. Sorry. First recorded 15th century, that of any broad, flat surface of metal, open water, etc., is from 1590 of falling rain. See how it's spelled here? But again, there's dual in the Bible. They use this term that he didn't have a man to uh, uh, till the land, or he did not cause it to rain on the earth. Okay, meaning that he didn't cause no one to have control or ownership over the earth at that point. It came later, or so-called melanated beings. Okay, or a portion of it. It could be the foreign portion, or it could be the original portion. But we see what the case is today. Okay? So, falling from rain, and again, when we're talking about falling from rain, remember, I always talk about the caste system, but there was an ancient Egyptian caste system, but it did not have a undesirable people. Everyone was included and everyone was treated fairly. And there were people that had tasks to do, again, like you would have to do in order to form a real type of community or sense of community or tribalism. Okay. And no one was left out. Okay. And then they had people that would help keep this going with the children and people to come. That pyramid scheme was infiltrated here in America, in ancient Egypt, in America. Okay. That you will not learn about in your school, but there are enough of us that are out there with this information that have passed around enough things to make it very questionable. But were we there? No, we weren't. Just like a lot of these people that's telling you what they're telling you today, we're not there. Okay? And again, how can you trust anything they tell you about your fucking land? Okay? When they ain't from here and knew you was from here and didn't never tell you that. It never showed a depiction of you in any of one of their history books. But we can go back to books from the 1700s and 1800s and we can find them. At that point, shame on you, okay, for not doing your own research. So again, of falling rain from 1690. So again, when we're talking about those of the old world, there were supposedly, they're calling them pharaohs. Again, I think later on the pharaohs were definitely of foreign bloodlines, but would be at the top, and then again, all of the other prophets and other people of importance, like the caste system would be below. Okay, so let's see. First recorded in 1749. Sheet. Okay. Meaning a newspaper. I'm struggling, y'all. I'm struggling. My eyes are literally about to close on you guys. So meaning a newspaper is first recorded 1749. Sheet lightning is attested from 1794. Sheet music is from 1857. Between the sheets in bed, usually a sexual overtones, is attested in from 1590. To be white as a sheet in is from 1751. That reminded me of the KKK. It's also reminding me of being baptized or dipped in water, or even certain things that have to do with blood, or not being able to enter the Father's house unless you've become like this person. Things like this, okay? The first element in sheet anchor, late 15th century, appears to be a different word of unknown origin. Okay, sheets, noun 2, rope that controls the sail. Again, that's also reminding me of images of melanated beings being marched in a row somewhere, kind of like the same role they put your children in school when they want to go to the restroom or go outside, and they have to be quiet and put their hands on each other's shoulders sometimes and walk in a straight fucking line like this. What they probably do in jail, things like this, okay? So again, there's subliminal ways of training and controlling people, okay, from birth. And they know these ways, and they're really good at them. But again, the time is nigh that shit not gonna work no more. I'm just letting you know. So, rope that controls the sail. Again, so I was just telling you about seeing those people walking and being marched with rope around them or their necks or whatnot. Late 13th century, shortened from Old English sheet line or sheet line, from whatever lower part of the sail. Okay, originally a piece of cloth from same root as sheet. Rope fastened to the sail. This probably is a notation and phrase of 3 sheets to the wind, drunk and disorganized. Kind of what it look like in the streets these days, ain't it? First recorded in 1812. Oh, a lot of stuff was going on in 1812. Weird, mysterious things, fires and things, comets and things like that, wars and things. Okay? Inform 3 sheets in the wind, an image of a sloop rigid sailboat whose 3 sheets have slipped through the blocks and lost the wind, thus out of control. Again, out of control. Apparently, there was an early 19th century informal drunkenness, okay, scale in use amongst sailors, and involving 1, 2, or 3 sheets. 3 signifying, the highest degree, I'm about to say, of Freemasonry, but no, of inebriation. Kind of reminded me of even uncovering, Ham uncovering his father's, or whoever, uncovering his father's nakedness. But again, I think that there is something else, a little bit more to that. And I think that that someone had noticed that their father was doing something with some group of people or persons that he was not supposed to be doing something with. And he went and told them. Maybe he wasn't supposed to be creating a subgroup or a subrace or something of this matter, or going in with his slave or whatever, okay? Or so-called slave, okay? So, and it's funny that we have 3, and then a lot of us talk about the 33 degrees C. So, significant, okay, sorry. my grandbaby crying, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and wrap this up. The highest degree of inebriation, there is a 2 sheets in the wind from 1813. Okay. It must not be wondered at that the poor, untortured, savage Kentuckian got, reminded me of Abraham Lincoln or John Brown, got more than 2/3 drunk. Again, drinking wine or drinking whatever, drinking blood or going in. You see, this goes deep. We're definitely talking about things that are deeper. That is, as the sailors term it, 3 sheets in the wind and 4 shivering before the dinner ended. Okay, May 1812. I would like to look into whatever that's talking about. So again, a sheet or a covering or a cloth. Now, think about that when you go back to Genesis and you start talking about what was going on in that the first couple chapters. Any broad, thin, expansive surface. Again. Paper used for writing or printing. Bed linen consisting of large rectangular pieces. Okay, we already know that. Mathematic or unbounded two-dimensional shape. Newspaper will have, okay, let's see. Nautical, a line, rope, or chain that regulates the angles at which the sail is set in relation to the wind. Yeah, a large piece of fabric, usually a canvas fabric, by means of which wind is used to propel a sailing vessel. Okay, come down as if in sheet. The rain was sheeting down during the monsoon. Cover with a sheet as if by wrapping. Okay. So I don't know. I hope I didn't torture you guys too much with all that yawning. But again, that's just my life story. So I hope you guys enjoyed that and go ahead and take care. I'm done.